Yo, what is up guys, and welcome back to the Marcos Movies channel, a place to learn more, know more, and talk more about movies. On this channel I rate, review, and react to movies, so if you enjoyed today's video, please consider clicking that subscribe button, and make sure you drop this video a thumbs up, as it helps the video gets to spread around more, and I really appreciate when you guys do that. So as today's video's title and thumbnail states, we are going to be going over my full Blu-ray collection from A to Z. So I'm going to say three things before we even get started with this video. The first thing I'm going to say is I meant to have my Forrest Gump reaction video up today, but unfortunately I'm having so many technical difficulties, and by technical difficulties I mean Paramount keeps sending me copyright strikes, which is getting really freaking annoying. And if you guys know anything about like copyright claims and fair use, for me to fight these disputes it would take weeks upon weeks. So I got the video done. It should be alright. It says it's good right now. It's currently scheduled to come out tomorrow, which is Tuesday. If you guys are watching this the day it comes out, so expect that video tomorrow. I'm really sorry it didn't come out today, but instead I'm going to be doing another highly requested video. As if you guys didn't know, I posted a poll where I asked you guys, would you guys like to see my full Blu-ray collection? And you guys astoundedly said yes. That was my phone going off, by the way. And by the way, yes, my phone is no longer recording me. Now I have a nice high quality camera. I use my first paycheck to approve my videos. But you know what? You gotta spend money to make money, guys. So I'm super stoked about that. These video qualities are gonna be so much better. And I also have two questions to ask you guys before we get started. Number one, I get so many requests to watch movies I've already seen, so I want to ask you guys, would you guys like me to start reacting to movies I've already seen and kind of do like more of a commentary based video? Please let me know, guys, because there's so many movies such as like Hereditary, Fight Club, movies I've already seen, but I would love to still react to them with you guys. So if you guys are interested and would like me to do that, let me know down in the comments right now, and also let me know some of your horror movie guilty pleasures. I've watched so many great horror movies these past couple weeks that I need to start going down a tier in terms of quality. So let me know a bunch of your guys' horror movie guilty pleasures, as I will be doing a video in the future based on that. But without any further ado, let's just go ahead and get into this Blu-ray collection. I'm going to try to do this entire video in one take, so a bunch of mistakes are going to be had. But let's just get started with my first Blu-ray, 10 Things I Hate About You. 10 Things I Hate About You might just be my favorite romantic comedy of all time. It has Heath Ledger, Joseph Gordon-Levitt, Julia Stiles. Love this movie, super fun to watch. Kind of weird because I personally hate rom-coms. They all play out the same, but there's a couple gems in my collection I have that I'll get into later. We'll do these at the same time. We got 21 Jump Street and 22 Jump Street. I like these movies. They're not some of my favorite comedies of all time. I definitely almost like 22 more just because I like the college vibes, and I also love Jonah Hill having sex with Ice Cube's daughter. I thought that was hilarious, and obviously that over-the-top scene. Ice Cube is honestly the best part of these two movies. He's so funny, dude. Next, we'll go ahead and go with a movie that is requested to me a lot, and I haven't seen 300 and 300 Returns. 300 is actually a really big movie. The only things I know about it is that it's directed by Zack Snyder. Snyder Cut's coming out next year. Pretty excited about that. Haven't seen 300. Heard a lot of great things about it. A lot of like war films and like movies that are like socks and sandals movies that are like kind of Spartan times and stuff. I haven't seen a lot of those movies. And we'll get into one more big one later in this collection that I haven't seen. Oh god, I can already feel mistakes coming. 1917 is my favorite war film of all time. Why? Because I haven't seen many war films. Movies like Platoon, Saving Private Ryan, just about any war film you can think of, I probably haven't seen. But 1917, just really fun to watch. Obviously, it's directed all in one take. I will say you can clearly tell when the movie cuts, which is fine. And there's not really great characters, but you know what? It's a technological piece more than a movie. I don't know where those come from. Now we're going to get into a big franchise I've been asked to watch and react to, but I've seen the Alien franchise. I've seen Alien 1 and Aliens a million times. I prefer Alien personally because I'm more of a horror guy. It's more of like a suspense thriller than horror. But Aliens is a straight up sci-fi action movie, and it's so badass. Signori, no matter what you guys are going to comment, I said it wrong. She's badass in these movies. She's so awesome. And the cast in Aliens, so many great action heroes. Heroes, but I actually have only seen those two. I haven't seen Alien 3 or any of the other ones. So let me know if you guys would like me to react to those, or if you guys would like me to react to Alien and Aliens. I would love to do videos on those. And if you guys are wondering how those would work, is it would kind of be more of like a commentary. Don't just stare at it. Watch it. American Psycho, one of my top 3 favorite movies of all time. Gotten requests to react to this, and I appreciate that so much that there's fans of this movie. This movie's awesome. If you guys didn't know, Christian Bale is my favorite actor of all time. I think this is his best performance of all time. Like I said, in my top 3 movies of all time, favorite horror movie, if you're going to consider it horror. I don't. I just consider it a dark comedy. Love this movie. And also, Jared Leto and Willem Dafoe are both in this movie as well. Jared Leto is just badass, and Willem Dafoe is probably my most underrated actor of all time. Speaking of great actors, we got American Hustle. Haven't seen this movie, but just look at the amount of talent on this cover. You got Christian Bale, Amy Adams, Jennifer Lawrence, Jeremy Renner, and Bradley Cooper is covered by the sticker because he's probably the least talented, in my opinion, of those guys. Probably gonna get some hate for that. But yeah, it didn't win 10 Academy Awards, but it got nominated 10 times, and I heard it's overrated, but I've also heard it's really good, so probably gonna give that one a watch eventually and react to it. Another one I haven't seen that is really requested is Annihilation. Natalie Portman's in it, obviously, and I've heard this is a really scary sci-fi movie, even though it's kind of classified more as just a pure sci-fi. Also heard it's very well, just a lot of beautiful colors in that movie, I've heard. Next we got Aquaman. I enjoy Aquaman. I enjoy watching Jason Momoa and just a sea of CGI fish and his hair flowing. You also get Willem Dafoe's hair flowing, and I think James Wan directed this, I'm pretty sure, which is kind of weird. Obviously, he's more of a horror guy, but I think he overall did pretty solid with this movie, and I think what they were trying to do, they did well. Also, really dope slipcover. Here, can you see that? Focus. You see that? It's pretty dope. I like it. Next, we got Argo. Ben Affleck, I think, won Best Director, or this movie won Best Picture. I forgot which one it is. Haven't seen Argo. Ben Affleck, I think the man's a talented man, just in general. Such a great actor, such a great director. And, yeah. Next, we got a movie that I consider overrated. Not that it's bad, but Arrival. I think Austin Burke and Zach Pope, haven't heard of those guys. I'm going to leave them down in the description. I'm going to mention a lot of YouTubers because I watch a lot of YouTube. They had this in their top 10 movies of all time, and I just don't see it. I think it's a top 5 alien invasion movie of all time, but it's probably like 4th or 5th place. People should talk more about Amy Adams in the actual movie. And if you guys are kind of wondering my flaws with the movie, Jeremy Renner is literally useless in this movie. He literally is just like, hey, I'm Hawkeye. It's about all I can do. And yeah, this whole movie would have sucked if it wasn't for Amy Adams. But the shot when they first capture the alien and we first see the alien ship, like egg thing, and the fog is all on the ground, one of the best shots in cinema history. Awesome. Not saying it's bad, just not top 10 movie of all time quality. Next, we got a little bit of comedy, the Austin Powers trilogy. Seen all these movies once, except the first one I've seen 3 times. This is my favorite of the whole trilogy, but part 2 might be funnier than the first one. I don't know yet. But yeah, I mean, Elizabeth Hurley. Yeah. And Mike Myers, pretty funny as well. Haven't seen a lot of Mike Myers movies, like Wayne's World I haven't seen. And there's one more I can't think of. Baby Driver, Edgar Wright. Love this movie. Pretty badass. I love the soundtrack, but I've only seen it once in theaters. Don't remember it completely. I also think, yeah, Jamie Foxx is in that movie. Jamie Foxx is badass. Been requested to watch these movies so many times, but I've seen Back to the Future a million times. I actually only watched it for the first time about a year ago, but since then I've watched it countless times. Now, when I hear top 10 best whatever movie trilogies of all time, never see this come up. This whole trilogy as a whole is awesome. In my opinion, the second one is almost just as good as the first one. It has a few more flaws in terms of storytelling, and I guess the going back to the future aspect is kind of a little bit dumbed down in that movie. But the third one is probably the weakest, but it's still a fun movie, and it's overall a pretty consistent trilogy and one that I really enjoy. There we go, a bunch of my movies fell. Next we got Bad Boys 1 and 2. Haven't seen any of the Bad Boys movies. I got this because I'm planning on reacting to it eventually, obviously. Literally just bought this a couple days ago at Walmart. So yeah, it was on sale. I was like, you know what? I'm going to probably have to react to this soon. Let's go with this one. Beetlejuice, Beetlejuice, Beetlejuice. I love Beetlejuice. Got a bunch of requests on one of my videos to watch this by like 10 different people. I've seen Beetlejuice. But again, if you'd like me to react to movies I've already seen, let me know. A movie that I have not seen, though, that is pretty popular is The Big Lebowski. It's probably the most well-known comedy movie I've never seen. If you guys are wondering, I don't know why you would be. My favorite comedy movie of all time is Night at the Roxbury, and it's also probably my most underrated comedy. It's just awesome. Next, we got some Big Trouble Little China. After watching The Thing, I've gotten so many requests to watch this and Escape from New York. Seen neither of those movies, and I'm planning on watching them both. Yeah. God, it's so weird to not have cuts. Next we got Birds of Prey. Birds of Prey is probably like a top 5 movie so far of this year, which isn't saying much. Super excited to see Tenet. I actually have a video plan where I'm going to take you guys to the movies with me, and I'm kind of going to do like a first impressions thing, so leave a like if you're ready to see that. But yeah, Margot Robbie is pretty awesome in this role. I think she's perfect as Harley Quinn. But one person who could also play it is Samara Weaving, because she looks just like Margot Robbie. Awesome movie, though. I enjoy it. It's kind of guilty pleasure. I do kind of feel guilty liking it. Got this trilogy because I know I'll have to react to it one day, because I haven't seen the Blade trilogy. I've seen so many comic book movies, but there's a handful I haven't seen. Blade is probably the most well-known comic book movies I haven't seen, and I'm really excited to react to it because I've heard nothing but good things about the first two. Third one, I heard Ryan Reynolds is in it, and he's kind of like a prototype Deadpool, which I think sounds awesome, but I've also heard the movie sucks as a whole. Alright, so we just got done with my first shelf. Starting out the next shelf with a little back-to-back, we got Blade Runner The Final Cut and Blade Runner 2049. Haven't seen either of these two movies, actually. Denis Villeneuve, I love his movies that I have seen, but there's a handful I haven't. And by handful, I mean like 2 or 3. I haven't seen this, Sicario, which I also have, and Enemy. I'm pretty sure the 3 I haven't seen. Love Prisoners, love Arrival. I do still think it's overrated, but yeah. But heard decent things about the first one. Some people say it's a masterpiece, some people say it's alright, so interested to see my opinion. And this one I've heard is a really good sci-fi movie. Heard it's one of the better ones of the past 2 years. Alright, I'm just gonna grab like 4 at a time, just because this movie, this video is already gonna be over an hour. I'm only done with the first shelf. Next we got Boondock Saints, one of my favorite Willem Dafoe performances. He's awesome in this. I think I've actually gotten a request to watch this, so if you would like me to react to it, let me know. Next we got some Braveheart. Haven't seen Braveheart. I have seen almost every single other Mel Gibson directed movie. I've seen Apocalypto and Hacksaw Ridge, one of his more recent ones. Those are the two that come to mind right away. Braveheart is one I have not seen, probably. Casino, my most underrated Scorsese movie of all time. Love this movie. I think Robert De Niro is so awesome, and Joe Pesci playing like a different role, and Sharon Stone. Need I say more? Casino Royale, one of my favorite action movies of the decade. It's one of my favorite of all time. It's definitely in my top 5 action movies. It's probably in my top 15 movies of all time. Such an awesome movie. It has a perfect 3-act structure, and I'm really looking forward to No Time to Die if that comes out. It's supposed to come out in November, I think. Next, we got the Cloverfield Collection. Heard very mixed things about this. Haven't seen any of these movies. I know J.J. Abrams produced the first one, and I've heard there's a lot of like shaky cam stuff and a lot of handheld, which I know handheld has its place in movies. Trust me, I think it's one of the best and cheapest ways to make a movie, especially make you feel more personal with the characters. A movie like Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind does it perfect. That whole movie is basically handheld, but I don't know how I'm gonna feel about a whole movie full of handheld that I've heard mixed about. But I've heard the second movie is the best movie. It's kind of, I've heard it's like a thriller. So definitely excited to watch that. If I start talking in British, I'm sorry. Next we got Chef, my favorite Jon Favreau movie of all time. You have like a mini Avengers cast in this movie. It's kind of awesome, and this movie makes me really hungry. Super awesome movie though. Super underrated. Next we have Cobra, a slasher movie in disguise in my opinion. Love Cobra, love Sylvester Stallone. We will touch on him a little bit more later because I have something to say to someone I know who is watching this video right now. Next we have Collateral. Haven't seen Collateral. I know Chris Stuckman loves this movie, so I do want to watch it. Yeah, that's all I can say. Love Tom Cruise, obviously Jamie Foxx. My ultimate guilty pleasure. This is my favorite guilty pleasure of all time in terms of like how much I watch it and love it. Commando's awesome, dude. You get Arnold Schwarzenegger shirtless fighting an army of soldiers with a freaking like big machine gun and his freaking just chest all pumped up. It's just awesome, guys. Please watch Commando if you haven't. Grab a few more here. Next we got The Conjuring, my favorite James Wan film. Obviously it was the start of the Conjuring universe. It's my second favorite of that universe. I think Conjuring 2 is slightly better. And then the rest is just kind of crap. Kind of hate that universe actually, if I'm being honest. Next we have Creed. This is the only film in my opinion in the Rocky franchise that actually can have like a competing chance towards the first one. I still think the first is better, but I love Creed. Such an awesome movie. This is a big movie that like got me into wanting to learn more about movies. Michael B. Jordan was like my favorite actor because of that movie. Next we have Deadpool 1 and 2. Deadpool 1 is one of my favorite comic book movies, and Deadpool 2 is sort of like a comic book guilty pleasure. I still think it's a well-made movie, but I just really enjoy watching it. If you are on Patreon, you will know this was in one of my recent movie polls, and it lost, obviously, to Forrest Gump. The Departed, Martin Scorsese movie. I heard Leonardo and Jack are awesome. And I think Matt Damon and Mark Wahlberg are in this movie. Heard so many good things about it. So many people say it's the second best Scorsese movie behind Goodfellas, which we will touch on later. Next we have... Oh, wait, you know what? May as well do them all. We got Die Hard 1, and we got Die Hard 1 in the whole collection. So I've actually only seen Die Hard 1. It's been a while since I've watched it. If you guys would like me to react to it, let me know. Could be on a future Patreon poll, but I haven't seen any of the other films. I think Chris Stuckman recently is starting to review them. I haven't watched it because I know I'm going to eventually react to them. Next, we have some of my favorite comedies. A lot of people said to watch The Mask and my Who Framed Roger Rabbit one. I love The Mask. Such an awesome movie. Cameron Diaz is also really good in that movie. And Dumb and Dumber. Say no more. One of the best comedies. Damn, I'm just throwing these things now. I'm going to have a really fun time organizing these again. I might do like a whole time lapse of it at the end of this, just because why not. Next we have Drive. Chris Stuckman also loves this movie. Haven't seen it, so I have nothing to say. Next we have Doctor Sleep. Had so many requests to watch this movie. If I'm being honest, guys, I have seen Doctor Sleep before. I actually watched this movie technically before I watched The Shining. I watched it in theaters, but I will say this. I was with someone, and I wasn't really paying attention, if you know what I mean. But I have seen Doctor Sleep. Actually, I've seen it twice. I'm just digging myself a deeper hole. But I have seen Doctor Sleep. Love that movie. If you saw my top 10 movies of last year, it was on it because the second time I watched it was sick. But it really doesn't go over anything in the first movie in terms of what actually happens. All you know is that Ewan McGregor shines. And I actually didn't know Ewan McGregor was the young kid for some reason because I'm a dumbass. Next we have Django Unchained. You're going to see a lot of Quentin Tarantino. I have almost all his movies. If you guys don't know, he is my favorite director of all time. Why is he my favorite director of all time? Because no one can unmatch his style. Okay, leave me alone. Yes, I love movies and I love great quality movies, but there's just something about his movies. I can watch them all and enjoy them. So yeah, Quentin Tarantino is my favorite director of all time, and if you watch my video, you will know where this is placed, but I'll just say it's around like 3 or 4 of his movies. Next shelf. Oh my god, they're already on. So I decided to put them on the floor now so I can put them to my side and kind of organize it a little better. End of Watch. Really underrated Jack Jake Gyllenhaal movie. Really awesome. He actually got this role before Prisoners, and it helped him train for that role, which is pretty awesome. Really enjoy that movie. Let's just do my strategy of grabbing a couple at a time. Nice one. Oh, let's do these at the same time. We got Evil Dead 1, Evil Dead 2. You guys know I just recently reacted to these, and I just bought these yesterday because of how much I love these movies. I'm gonna be honest, I know the second one everyone considers to be better. I think I like the first one more. It's a little more horror-esque to me. I think I enjoy it more. I'm sorry, but I think I do. Oh god, I feel like I'm gonna get a lot of hate on this video for some reason. Next we have The Fifth Element. Is that what it? Yeah, I grabbed The Fifth Element. This was one of the... There's a couple movies here that I have so much nostalgia for. This is one of my most nostalgic movies. I watched this all the time with my dad. Thought Bruce Willis was the man. And it's a pretty good sci-fi action movie from the 90s or the early 2000s. Fight Club. Million requests to watch this. I've seen it like 3 times. Would love to do a reaction video. If you guys kind of want to know how those would work, basically I'm gonna obviously react to the movie, but I'm not gonna talk too much. I'm only gonna talk about significant things or like significant points in the movie that I love or like direction, and I'm also gonna do research before to kind of give you guys some info on the movie so you can actually take something home with you instead of just my stupid ass reacting to a movie. So that's how it would work. So let me know. Would love to do that to so many movies. One of the bigger ones being Hereditary. Hereditary is one of my favorite horror movies of all time. I don't own it, so I'm going to talk about it right now. I have a review, and I don't even know if that did it justice. I love that movie. I still have the same flaws, but it's just something about it. Forrest Gump, you already know. I'm reacting to it. I don't want to spoil what I thought of it. But I just bought that Blu-ray today, so that might spoil something. Because usually I only buy Blu-rays to movies I like. Oh god, so spoiler alert, I like that movie. Next we have Ford vs. Ferrari. One of the easiest movies to watch. It's such a fun movie. Anyone can watch this and enjoy it. Whether you want to be a filmmaker, whether you're just a chill fan, whatever you are, you will enjoy this movie, and I love it for that. Next we have... Okay, here's where I'm going to talk about Sylvester Stallone. So Neil, I'm calling you out, bro. You said Sylvester Stallone is a better action hero than Arnold Schwarzenegger. All my fans aren't going to understand that, but you do. So let's talk about... Oh, God. My voice is already starting to go. Let's talk about Rambo. Rambo is actually, I think, one of the most underrated action movies of all time. Simply for the premise. It's actually it's a lot deeper of a story if you really think about it. It's going over the psychological events soldiers had to go through who came back from the Vietnam War and how people treated them so differently, and that's such a great social commentary. And yeah, if you haven't seen Rambo, please go watch it. Can't say that about the rest of the series. It kind of just turns into cheese, but the first one is actually pretty deep. Oh my god, I have so many movies. Ghostbusters. Just bought this today as well at Best Buy. Went to Best Buy, bought a bunch of movies that I wanted. Got Ghostbusters. Obviously, I reacted to it. I actually watched it again because I rented it on Prime, so I was like, I may as well get the most out of it. This movie I already love. One of my favorite comedies already. Still, it's not a horror movie, okay? Just shut up. Next, we got Gladiator. I haven't seen Gladiator. This was the other war film I was talking about. That's a big one I haven't seen. It was actually on one of my other recent Patreon polls. Lost to Forrest Gump. Everyone just wanted Forrest Gump. Yeah, really looking forward to watching this. I'm not looking forward to editing it because it's 3 hours. I know that. I also know Russell Crowe won Best Actor for it. And it's also by Ridley Scott. Yeah, I don't know for sure, guys. I'm sorry. I think it's Ridley Scott. Oh god, now I feel like I have to... Okay, no, we're gonna go. I didn't know I owned 2 copies of it. Okay. I'm a dumbass, guys. I'm sorry. Next, we got Godzilla. Really sad that this is the best Godzilla film, at least that I've seen. I haven't actually seen the original Godzilla, or really any of the ones from the 90s, so if you guys would like me to react to that, let me know. I have seen this one, but out of the 3 I have seen, it's a decent movie, but he's only in it for like 20 minutes. And there's so much you can do with Godzilla, bro. Next we have Gone Girl, was also on a recent Patreon poll. Haven't seen. I've heard this movie is insane, so I really want to watch it. Obviously David Fincher, he's an awesome director. Fight Club. Of his movies, I've seen Fight Club, I've seen Girl with the Dragon Tattoo, and I've seen The Social Network, and that movie's awesome. And probably one more that I'm not thinking of. I love this movie so much. I'm Italian, so it speaks a little bit more to me. I'm Sicilian specifically. One of the greatest movies of all time. I'm sorry, it just is. Ray Liotta, Robert De Niro, Joe Pesci, and oh god, there's one more really major guy I'm not thinking of. Oh god, I'm gonna get so much hate. I'm sorry, but those are the only three I can think of right now. Martin Scorsese's best movie in my opinion. Seen a lot of his movies. I've seen a lot of his movies. I think I've almost seen all his movies actually. One of my favorite directors as well. God, Great Gatsby. I actually really enjoyed this movie. It's Tobey Maguire's best movie since the Spider-Man movies. Leonardo is just kind of playing Leonardo DiCaprio in this movie, and he's awesome. He's doing great at it. And this is one of the few movies that go from the book to the movie that I actually think it was an alright transition. I am a big reader. I actually just bought The Shining and It book, which I have seen the It movies. Hacksaw Ridge, I talked about it. Awesome war film. Andrew Garfield is amazing in this movie. Amazing. My favorite horror movie of all time right here, guys. Halloween. Gotten requests to watch this a million times. I said it, guys. This is my favorite horror movie of all time. If I were to do a reacting to movies I've seen, this would be the first one. I'm sorry, Patreons. I wouldn't even let you vote because I have to do this one to start out with. Being a big horror movie reacting channel, I have to. Another one I just bought today is the Hannibal Lecter collection. I've heard Manhunter and the Hannibal sequel are good. Just watched Silence of the Lambs. Watched it again and again and watched it 3 times. I love that movie. So awesome. Everyone said it's not a horror movie. Okay, no. Because it doesn't have jump scares doesn't make it not a horror movie. It's a psychological horror movie. It's a psychological thriller. What's scarier, a freaking make-believe ghost or Hannibal Lecter and Buffalo Bill chasing you? Exactly. Easy answer. Obviously the make-believe ghost. Hateful Eight, my least favorite Tarantino film, but it's still a good movie, obviously. Some people actually rate this as his best, and I understand. Great dialogue, just kind of drags. Could definitely take out an hour out of that movie. But just his dialogue. Next we got Hellboy 1 and 2, my most nostalgic movies of all time, besides one more. RoboCop, I'll spoil it. These were me and my dad's movies. We love these movies. I've watched them so many times. I keep watching them. They're so underrated. My most underrated comic book movies of all time, hands down. Starting off my next shelf, we got Her. Her is such an awesome movie, dude. Oh my god. Well, Joaquin Phoenix is also one of my favorite actors of all time. Just awesome. I think Spike Jonze, A Love Story. I thought he was the director for some reason, but such an awesome movie, guys. Please go check it out. I know so many of you haven't, but this is your homework if you haven't seen it. Go watch Her. You got Scarlett Johansson as Siri. Yeah, say no more. Hook. Haven't seen this movie. John Flickinger talks about it all the time. I was like, you know what? It's probably good because I agree with most of the shit he says. That crazy guy. He's turning into an alien again, just like me. Look at this. Gotta go to the gym, man. House of a Thousand Corpses. My sister actually got this for me for my recent birthday. This is one of her horror guilty pleasures. She loves Rob Zombie. Haven't seen it. Actually haven't seen any Rob Zombie movie. Even his Halloween sequels. Because it's like, I don't know. I just haven't watched them. Next up we got Inception. I actually just went to go see this in theater last night with my dad. Such an awesome movie. Love Inception. One of my favorite movies of all time. I will be honest. After rewatching it about 10 times, the first 7 were like it kept getting better. But after I kind of got my concrete ending of what I think happened, by the way, I think he's in a dream again. But I think it doesn't matter because he's just happy. But that 8 to 10, it kind of lost a little cut there. Recording stopped. Next we got Incredibles 2. Got this for free or else I wouldn't own it. I love the Incredibles movies. They're my second favorite Pixar movies. The first one, my favorite is Ratatouille. Yes, I have watched a couple animated movies, just not many. I've watched the Toy Stories, Incredibles, and Ratatouille. That's basically all I've watched. And basically all the Batman anime movies. Next we got Indiana Jones. This is probably my favorite like set of things. Just look how crisp that is. You got the little... it's just cool. I love it. I love the Indiana Jones movies. They're so nostalgic for me. Love these movies. Been watching them my whole life. Some of the first movies I remember like watching. Next we got Independence Day 1 and Independence Day 2. I don't understand why people rave about the first one so much as like this big guilty pleasure action movie. I get it. It is entertaining, but it drags. Commando, hour and a half of pure awesomeness. That's a guilty pleasure. Not like a 2 hour and 40-minute movie that 15 minutes is boring. Glorious Bastards, also one of my favorite Tarantino films. I love Tarantino. I have all his films basically except a couple. Love this movie though. Next we got a big little pack. I haven't seen 7, but I've seen these 2. Love Devil's Advocate, love Insomnia. One of my most underrated movies of all time. And the most underrated Christopher Nolan movie. So awesome, dude. You know, it's like the guy has made so much good shit that people consider that a bad movie. Come on. My favorite movie of 2020 is Invisible Man, which isn't saying much since nothing's come out. Elizabeth Moss is awesome. I have to rewatch it. I've only seen it once. Gotten requests to watch the 1933 one, the original. Probably will do that one day. Next we got the It remake. This awesome steelbook. Look at that shit. That's sick. Love this movie. Love the story behind it. Don't have the second one because I thought it was boring. Got the miniseries. It doesn't hold up great. The first part's alright. The second part's just shit. I'll be honest. I'm sorry if you have nostalgic for it. Yeah, I bought this and then I saw this. I was like, I gotta get the 4K since I have 4K. Love Jaws. One of my first reaction videos. One of my first big videos. A lot of you guys found my channel because of that video. If you watched my channel, found it because of that video, leave a thumbs up. Comment down below. I love you guys. Thank you so much for watching these videos. You're changing my life. I don't like those movies. Not because of the stuff with the director. I just think they're bad movies. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I don't like them. I think they're bad movies. The things Justin Long's character does are just stupid. Joker, it was my favorite movie of last year. It's gotten replaced by The Lighthouse. Spoiler alert, I have that movie as well. We'll talk more about it later. Love Joker. Best Joaquin Phoenix performance. 100% deserved the Oscar. Willem Dafoe should have won Best Supporting Actor, though. I don't like Oscars anymore. I actually have the full trilogy of this. One of the best action trilogies of all time. You could argue it is the best. The John Wick trilogy. Love John Wick 1. Like John Wick 2. Like John Wick 3. Super consistent. The first one is a classic. I love this movie. It's a modern action classic. You just don't get action movies like from the 90s and 80s anymore. That's the closest we've gotten to movies like that. You guys, oh god, we still have so much more to go through. Ah, god. Okay, next we got Jurassic Park. Bunch of requests to watch this. I've seen it. One of my favorite movies of all time. You guys already know what to answer in the comments. Hopefully the Zack Snyder cut's good. That's all I'm going to say about that one. Kick-Ass. That's an actual good Kick-Ass comic book movie. Love Kick-Ass. You have Nicolas Cage dressed up as parody Batman. Go watch Kick-Ass, please. The sequel sucks. But the first one's really good. Actually, when I first watched that movie, I was a little whiny bitch and didn't want to watch it because I wanted to watch Batman. but I'm happy I watched it. Next we have King of Comedy. I bought this movie because everyone said Joker copied it. I have seen Taxi Driver, love that movie, but I haven't seen this. All the movies I have and have not seen, I'm gonna say. I'm sorry if that gets annoying, but I'm a reaction channel, I kinda have to. Kingman and Kingman's Secret Service. Some of the most modern movies me and my dad watch. I love these movies, they're awesome. Like Brandon likes movies. He's one of the channels that inspired me to start this. Like his recent reaction to it. Go watch it. It's sick. We'll do these at the same time. Kill Bill 1, Kill Bill 2. Love these movies. Kill Bill 1 I do prefer. Sometimes I prefer 2. It kind of drags for 5 minutes, but such awesome movies. I love them both. This is probably my favorite Steelbook of all time. Just look how beautiful it is. Awesome-tacular. Shout out to Jeremy Jans. Next we have, sorry I couldn't see, Knives Out. Love Knives Out. Such an easy movie for me to watch. I watched this and another movie. This, Castaway, and The Lighthouse are like the 3 movies I go to bed to. So, not that they're bad. I love all those movies. So awesome. Such a well shot movie. Rian Johnson, that's my favorite movie of his. Looper's pretty good too, but I'd rather watch that. Last Action Hero. If you know, I have a parody shirt. Check out my TeePublic store, by the way. Quick plug. I have a parody where it's a first action hero instead of last, because obviously Arnold's like the first. Super underrated movie as well. God. Starting to get a little taxed. We're not even close. I'm going to start getting a little quicker. Lethal Weapon collection. Have not seen any of the Lethal Weapon movies. I've heard good things about them. Next we have my favorite movie of last year, Lighthouse. I love The Lighthouse. Oh my god. Top 30 movie of all time. Favorite movie of probably the last 5 years, besides one more. Got Little Women as well. Enjoy Little Women. Definitely enjoy it. Oh my god. Sorry if I start turning into a little whiny brat right now. Okay. Next we got Man of Steel. Funny story about this one. I actually stole this slipcover. I like Man of Steel. It's probably the best DCEU film. Well, now we're getting to some good stuff. So I have the Mad Max original trilogy. Have not seen it at all. What I have seen, though, many times, Mad Max Fury Road. Maybe my favorite action movie of all time. It's between that and Predator. Oh my god, I love this movie, though. It's one of my most rewatched movies of all time. It's in my top 10. Perfect action movie. Oh shit, we got 2 great action movies here. We got Logan, The Matrix. I really like The Matrix. I really like it. Don't get me wrong, but I need to watch it again. Logan, I love that movie. So gritty. That's what Wolverine should be. One of my favorite moments in movie history. I don't care, I'm a comic book guy. It's when he sticks his freaking claws in that guy's face and you see the little claws. Just that's movie making. Midsommar, really like Midsommar. Definitely not as much as Hereditary. Really good movie though. One of the best shot movies of all time. Not of all time, but a really good shot movie. Oh my god, we're not even halfway there. Oh god, sorry, Mike. Next we got the Mission Impossible collection. Have not seen any of the Mission Impossible movies. Heard great things about it. Heard that it's the best action franchise of all time by a couple people that I won't mention. Next we have Mother. Being Roman Catholic, really symphonize with this movie. If you watch this movie, come up with your interpretation and watch an analyzed video on it. You won't get it right away. At least, I mean, I did, but I didn't. I like that movie. Big guilty pleasure, The Mummy. It's the B-rate Indiana Jones. It works for me. Brendan Fraser's awesome. I love him in Bedazzled as well. Nice Guys, one of the most underrated movies of all time. I wish we had a sequel to this. They kind of teased the sequel, but no one saw it. Please, I love this movie. Nightcrawler is sick, dude. If I love what John Flickinger said about this movie. If Patrick Bateman had a psychologically crazy cousin, that would be Jake Gyllenhaal's character in this movie. So true. It's basically the present day American Psycho, so obviously I love it. Not as much as American Psycho, though. I enjoyed the dark comedy more in American Psycho. Reacted to this very recently. I bought the Blu-ray, so obviously I enjoyed it. Some people said I didn't enjoy it. I love that movie. It was awesome, dude. It's top 10 horror movie of all time for me, okay? God. Getting triggered. Ocean's 11. Haven't seen Ocean's 11. The ones I haven't seen, I might just go quick. Love old school, underrated comedy. Not underrated, it's pretty good comedy. Love Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. One of my most watched Tarantino films just because how easy it is to watch. That and Kill Bill are probably my two most watched. Parasite, awesome movie. Obviously won picture, best picture, 100% deserved it. Everyone was saying 1917. I like 1917, but Parasite deserves next year's best picture. It was that good. Point Break, top 3 action movie of all time. It's right behind Mad Max and Predator. A lot of you are probably saying Terminator 2. It's my opinion. I like Point Break a little bit more than Terminator 2. I'm sorry, I just do. Okay, Keanu Reeves is freaking awesome. I'm trying to reach... Okay. Putting him on my lap. Planet of the Apes trilogy. Love the Planet of the Apes trilogy. Well, Andy Serkis did as Caesar. Brilliant. Super excited for the new Batman movie. Matt Reeves. Looks so good. So hyped. I'm going to do a video on the trailer. Maybe. I feel like that's a little past due. Favorite action movie of all time. It's between this and Mad Max, but this probably takes the cake as Predator. Say no more. Awesome. So many great Arnold one-liners. The Prestige. I love The Prestige. You guys thought I was going to say I haven't seen it. You thought. Nope. I love The Prestige. Probably my third favorite Nolan film. Favorite Tarantino film of all time. In my top 5 movies of all time. Pulp Fiction. Say no more. Everything that has been said about Pulp Fiction has been said. Quiet Place. I've been getting requests to watch this. I've seen it. I think it was good. I don't think it's as good as everyone says. I do think there are some plot holes, like massive plot holes. Like, watch YMS's video on this. I agree with everything he says before he even said it. Okay? Ready or Not. I love this Samara Weaving movie. But want to know an even better, like, kind of horror comedy movie? Watch The Babysitter on Netflix. That is one of my favorite horror movies ever. It's in my top, like, 30 probably. So I guess, but Babysitter is awesome. But Ready or Not's pretty good too. I definitely enjoy The Babysitter more though. I just love the blood. It's fucking awesome. Red. I bought this from my an older video, 2 months ago. I'm acting like I'm so experienced. I did a series called, I'm stuttering. It was called Marcos Theaters. I did a Morgan Freeman night. I bought this for that. I haven't watched it yet. So if you guys would like to see me watch Red, let me know. Okay. So as you guys can see, we're officially just about halfway done. We got to this shelf. I wish I only had like 10. Reservoir Dogs, my second favorite Tarantino film of all time. Such a great low budget crime drama movie. Please watch this. It's sick. It's so good. So underrated too. Revenant, haven't seen. I know Leo won his Oscar for this movie. Definitely need to watch it. It was also one of the original 4K movies. Roadhouse, haven't seen Roadhouse. Love Patrick Swayze though. Obviously from Point Break. My most nostalgic movie of all time is RoboCop. Me and my dad watched the shit out of this movie. We had a VHS tape. I was right before DVDs, but then DVDs came out. We watched the shit out of that movie, dude. Like the name's Murphy. Awesome. One of my favorite franchises of all time, Rocky. I can watch Rocky 1 through 4. I can't watch 5. I just don't like it. I do kind of like the ending fight sequence, though. I just kind of like the street fights. It's alright. It's obviously not good, but it's kind of guilty pleasure-esque, that ending sequence. Rocky 4 straight guilty pleasure. Rocky 3 I actually really enjoyed. Rocky 2 I actually really enjoyed. And Rocky 1's a classic. And Creed 1, Creed 2. Rocky Balboa I also do like. I do think it relies too much on nostalgia for, though. One of the biggest action movies I haven't seen is The Rock. I heard it's oh, what's his name? How can I not? Michael Bay. I heard it's one of his better movies. Sean Connery. Sean. Nicolas Cage. Terrible impressions. The Sandlot. Also haven't seen. Big comedy movie I haven't watched. A movie I've been requested to watch numerous times. So, I'm going to tell you this right now. I'm going to be watching Scarface for my first time with a special guest because it's his favorite movie of all time. I'm not going to spoil that video. And the Godfather trilogy I haven't seen. I am going to spoil what I'm going to be doing for that right now. So listen. Me and my dad, Godfather 1 and 2 are his 2 favorite movies of all time. Me and him are going to go to his man cave. He's going to grab cigars. He's going to grab some drinks. And we're going to watch the movie together. And we're going to do a dual thing. And we're both going to talk. My dad is a huge movie lover. He's watched just about every movie. He's a big reason I'm into movies. I guess I own 2 copies of Seven. Still need to watch it. Shaun of the Dead. Love Shaun of the Dead. Favorite of the Cornetto trilogy. Such a good action movie. Edgar Wright. Favorite Edgar Wright film. Sicario. Told you guys I haven't seen it yet. Gotta watch it. Gotta react to it. So I have been requested this movie so many times as well. I've seen it 4 times. I love The Shawshank Redemption. I didn't reply to any of your comments because of this video. I did like a couple. I love The Shawshank Redemption. I love it, dude. Want to know what Stephen King adaptation I love more? And I just watched for the first time, The Shining. Get this, I've watched this movie 4 more times since I've made that video. I watched it, stopped the recording, was uploading it, watched it again, watched it while I was processing on my editing for the full reaction, then watched it again just with my mom. Oh my god. That movie is still astounds me. If you haven't seen that video, make sure you check that video out. Shutter Island. Haven't seen Shutter Island. That's a Martin Scorsese movie I haven't seen too. Skyfall. I'm going to say this actually right now. My favorite action franchise that's still going on today, besides probably John Wick, is the James Bond ones. I like Skyfall. And I like Spectre. Definitely, I don't own Quantum Solace. It's just shit, I'll be honest. But, yeah. Space Jam. I've only seen it once. It was a long time ago. I got this movie for Speed because Speed's a good action movie. Love that. Such a great premise. Such like it's just a good go-to action movie. That and Commando might be my 2 most watched. Oh my god. Oh shit, these fell. I was wondering where all these were. So we'll go with Split. I think this was my first reaction video actually. It's so bad, that video, guys. Don't even watch it. I use movie clips because I couldn't figure out how to do screen recording. I'm a dumbass, I'm sorry. Love Split. One of my favorite Shyamalan movies. I'm sorry, but Shyamalan's one of my favorite directors. I'm just gonna say it. I like Shyamalan. Such a weird career, though. And I haven't even seen The Sixth Sense. So, and yes, I'm gonna do that video. Everyone's asking for it. We got the Sam Raimi Spider-Man trilogy. Just bought this nice little 4K set. I haven't even opened it. Love that trilogy, except for the third one. Third one's has moments, I'll say. Homecoming. I liked Far From Home more, but I own Homecoming and not Far From Home. And Into the Spider-Verse. I'm sorry, it's not the best Spider-Man movie, though. If you think it is, that's your opinion. But my opinion is, it's not. It doesn't even come close to Spider-Man 1 and 2, the Raimi ones, in my opinion. It's not because it's animated. It just doesn't come close. God, there's so many movies. I can't even watch half of these. Dude, I didn't even bring an energy drink. Fuck. hopefully I can just go like this. Okay. Starting off this middle shelf with Star Trek. I haven't seen a Star Trek movie. Not one. Planning on reacting to all of them in the future. Definitely not anytime soon though. Yeah. Sometimes you just need bad movies because it'll make you appreciate good movies more. That's my excuse for owning that. Next we got the original Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I actually have not seen anything. All I know is they eat pizza. That's all I know, and that's because my brother-in-law loves them. Next we'll do these at the same time. Terminator 1, Terminator 2. Terminator 1's a slasher, dude. It's awesome though. And Terminator 2 is pretty good as well. I'm just kidding. It's one of the best movies of all time. It's probably better than Predator and Point Break. It is. It's not better than Mad Max though. I'm sorry, it's not. I'm sorry though. I just prefer the other two more. God, this light's starting to get bright. Just watched this movie and I just bought this movie because I really like this movie. The original Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Got the cool little steelbook. It's on sale at Walmart. I love The Thing. Just reacted to it recently. Watched it like 5 more times since then. Awesome movie. I love The Thing. It's so underrated. One of my ultimate guilty pleasures. Found out about it from Chris Stuckman. Can't stop watching it. It's awesome, dude. Not a good movie at all, but it's freaking badass. Another huge comedy movie that I've never seen is Tommy Boy. Oh. Next we got The Town. Like The Town, favorite heist film of all time. It's between that and Heat. Heat is also really good. Really good Robert De Niro performance. Total Recall. Okay, Total Recall's underrated, dude. Whenever people talk about like what's the best Arnold Schwarzenegger action movie, it's like Terminator 2, Predator, this, that. Total Recall's fucking awesome, dude. You get more awesome one-liners from Arnold in that movie than all his movies combined. I swear every line in that movie from him is just a one-liner. Top Gun. Bought this because of the new ones coming out. Haven't seen it though. Again, my excuse is because you need bad movies. I used to like these when I was younger. I actually like the first one though. One recommended by Chris Stuckman, Trick or Treat. Haven't seen it, planning on watching it on Halloween. Next we got this little set. Actually was only looking for Unbreakable. Found this whole package. Love Signs, watched it recently. Watched it like 2 more times since then. One of my favorite alien movies. I don't care. Everyone talks about. I just like it, okay? I really like it. It really went with me. I think I enjoyed Signs more than Unbreakable. Haven't seen The Sixth Sense. Again, gonna react to it. Uncut Gems. I enjoyed Good Time. Tiny bit more. I think it's a better time. I'm cringy. Adam Sandler's best performance. I personally hate Adam Sandler. I think he's a genius. How many just comedy movies he can do, but I don't like. I like The Waterboy. Waterboy's awesome. I like Uncut Gems though. Really good movie. Actually, super good movie. Safdie brothers know what they're doing. I'm not even gonna. I'm just gonna do these like this. Us. Us is awesome. Did I skip a shelf? I think I might have skipped a shelf. Hold up. No. Okay, let's just keep going. Us, we got Us. I like Us. It's good. I haven't seen Get Out though, so I can't compare it to that movie. No, screw it. I'm just gonna fucking grab all this shit and do this. First, we got this little like trilogy of movies. Watched all 3 of them. V for Vendetta is awesome. Watchmen, too long. Constantine is an okay movie. Some of my favorite movies of all time are the vacation movies. I personally like the original one the most. And the Christmas one, of course. Another movie I can recommend to you guys that I think you haven't seen is VFW. This is like homeless men's the Justice League, and it's better than the Justice League. It's actually a pretty entertaining movie. Kind of a little bit of slasher in it. Agree 100% with what John Flickinger says about Waterworld. It's Mad Max on water. It's not as good, but Kevin Costner's awesome. think he drinks his own pee in that movie, if I remember. Whiplash might be the most important movie to me of all time. It's in my top 10. There's two big movies, Batman Begins and Whiplash. Batman Begins is what sparked my interest in wanting to learn about who makes movies. This got me into wanting to learn how to make a movie. I analyzed the shit out of this. If you guys would like to see a whole video dedicated to Whiplash, I would commentate the shit out of that movie. The Wolverine, I like it. X-Men 1, X-Men 2, X-Men First Class trilogy. I love the X-Men movies, except the third one of every franchise and Origins. Of course, that's shit. Wedding Crashers. My sister really likes it. Haven't seen The Wolf on Wall Street. It's Zach Pope's favorite movie of all time, though. And Zombieland. I like Zombieland. It's a decent horror comedy. So these I'm just going to point at. I'm sorry, but I'm just going to point at them. We got the full Star Wars trilogy right here in 4K. Then we got the prequels on Blu-ray. I swear I feel like I missed a shelf. Because I own Get Out, but I didn't go over Get Out. Oh, I just forgot to mention it. Right. So right here we got the full Batman franchise, the original one. I love Batman 1 and 2. Batman Returns I actually prefer. It's a little bit more darker and grittier. Michelle Pfeiffer as Catwoman is badass. No, I was going to make a pun, but I can't. If you want puns, go watch Forever and Robin. If you also want to watch a bad movie, watch Batman Forever and Batman and Robin. Those movies don't exist to me. My sister really likes Batman Forever, actually, because she loves Jim Carrey. The Dark Knight trilogy, one of my favorite trilogies of all time. Batman Begins, like I said, I prefer Batman Begins to The Dark Knight. It's the same thing with Spider-Man 1 and 2. I enjoy Spider-Man 1 more than 2, but I acknowledge the second one's a better movie. Next, we got Batman vs. Superman. Also one of my favorite steelbooks. Just wanna show this one. Kind of flips, see that shit? Pretty cool. Haven't actually seen it. I don't want to watch it because I've heard nothing but bad. We got the Lego Batman movie, my favorite of the Lego movie franchise. I've only seen Lego Movie 1, Lego Movie 2, and that, so yeah. We got Batman Mask of the Phantasm, favorite anime movie of all time still, behind Ratatouille. And maybe Aladdin. And Tangled and Lion King as well. And we got Batman Return of the Joker. Super underrated movie. And the last two things, we got the Batman Beyond Blu-ray set. I love Batman Beyond. Batman the Animated Series I think is better though. Such a great animated Batman movies. Then we got the Avengers, the full set. If you guys are wondering why don't I own any Marvel or Disney movies, I have Disney Plus. I'm the type of person who's not going to waste their money on just buying the discs, even though they mean a lot. Eventually, when I get rid of Disney Plus, I'll get them because they'll always be around. But for now, I'm good. I'll probably get the original Iron Man and a couple others, just because they mean a lot to me. Yeah, guys, that is it. That is my full Blu-ray movie collection. If you guys enjoyed this video, make sure, like I said, leave this video a thumbs up, and please consider clicking that subscribe button if you're new around here. Turn on the notifications. You know how we do this. Thank you guys all for tuning in. Make sure you answer those two essential questions. Would you like to see me react to movies I've already seen? And horror movie guilty pleasures. Tell me those down below. Thank you guys all for watching this Blu-ray collection. I'm going to go die in my bed now. But as always, keep watching movies and keep buying